Seekers, I'm Nick. We're out here at Computex Taipei 2025 checking out what ASUS and ROG has. They've got a whole bunch of new workstation motherboards and a whole lot of BTF boards. Let's go check out some workstation stuff because you guys know how much I love that kind of jazz. Let's get into it, but before that, here's a word from our main Computex sponsor. It's MSI. Take it away, Claire.
Our Computex Taipei 2025 coverage is proudly brought to you by MSI and their QD OLED gaming monitors. Think your monitor's good? Think again. MSI's QD OLEDs deliver perfect blacks, stunning colour and up to 500Hz refresh rates. It's like unlocking cheat codes. With 0.03 milliseconds response times, blink and you'll literally miss it. No fans, no noise, just cool, quiet graphene wizardry. PC or console, these monitors are ready with all the ports you will ever need. Go on, spoil your eyeballs. To find out more about MSI and their range of QD OLED gaming monitors, check out the links in the video description.
First off the bat, there are a few new workstation boards here at the ASUS booth. We have a B850M Ace board. Now, the most interesting thing about this will support Ryzen 7000, 8000, 9000, EPYC 4004 and EPYC 4005 CPUs. So we've got quite a large range of CPUs that will go on this little workstation board. Interestingly enough, the new AMD EPYC 4005 chips mostly run at 65 watts, including the top dog. If you're interested in boards like this one has a quite moderate VRM layout. It's got an 8+2 phase teamed setup. But the most interesting thing is this board right here has dual 10 gigabit Ethernet, and you know me, 10 gig is a minimum. It also has BMC, so it's got IPMI. You can remotely manage this if you're using this for your system as well, which is an absolute necessity for workstation boards. But I found something really interesting here at the booth as well. We've got a new Radeon Pro card. From what I can tell, this is the new Radeon Pro GPU. I think this is the 9070 or the 9700. I can't remember from AMD's press briefing, but the model isn't important because this uses a 12-volt high power connector. And from what I can tell, this looks like the OEM cooler design that AMD has made, and all this has is the ASUS branding on it. Yeah, very, very interesting to see that possibly AMD has decided to embrace the 12-volt high power connector on their workstation cards. Usually, Intel gets all the love with the workstation boards, but this W880 board that supports the Core Ultra Series 2 processors is, can I say this? Can I say gimped? It's a little bit gimped. It's only got Thunderbolt 4 and dual 2.5 gigabit Ethernet. However, the VRM layout is significantly better because, you know, these new Intel chips need them. It's an 8+2+1+1 phase VRM layout. It is kind of interesting, but the only thing that saves this W880 board is the fact that it has IPMI. I do think it's strange that this board exists in a full ATX form factor, considering how many PCIe lanes are available for Core Series Ultra 2 Intel, whatever their CPU is called. So yeah, you heard it here first. Pointless. This should be MATX with dual 10 gigabit Ethernet. So, as I mentioned, the AM5 boards are getting all the love this year. One of our favorite series of GPUs that we like to use for our workstations is the ProArt series of GPUs. In fact, Claire uses the ProArt 4080. This is the brand new ProArt 5080. I guess what makes this more pro is they've added wood to the shroud of this GPU. It is strange because as a thermally conductive material, wood is probably not the best choice of materials, but it does look really good. And the ProArt case that we reviewed not too long ago would suit this very, very well. But feature-wise, this is one of the only 50 series cards that you're going to find that has USB Type-C. Why is USB Type-C on a GPU like this important? Well, for VR. I actually just had a quick chat to Wendell from Level 1 Techs about this, and he gets lots of questions from people about USB-C use on graphics cards. But that's not the only feature that I thought was interesting with this new ProArt card, because when you flip it over, it's got an M.2 slot on it. Now, Whether or not this is going to affect the performance of this card, I don't think really matters. Sure, you'd be able to game on this without losing too much performance, but creators are typically not gaming and they want some extra high-speed storage, so this gives you a full PCIe Gen 5 M.2 slot on the backside of your graphics card. Pretty interesting stuff here. I think this is something that I would probably use. It is a handy way to remove both your graphics card and your storage at the same time. Today's finally the day we can talk about this. This is the all-new AMD Radeon RX 9060 XT. This is a more budget-conscious version of the same RDNA 4 GPU that launched not too long ago with the 9070 and the 9070 XT. As far as all of the details for the Radeon RX 9060 XT, we can't talk about any of this yet because, there's a review embargo and we don't have any of these cards yet. So yeah, stick around because it's coming very, very soon. So make sure you're subscribed with notifications turned on. While we're talking about Radeon cards, this is a new addition to the GPU lineup from ASUS. This is a 9070 XT, and the very clever people out there would see the power connector. This is ASUS's first BTF Radeon card. That's right, it's not just NVIDIA cards anymore. All the AMD cards are getting some BTF love. Love to see it. There's also BTF boards we're going to check out in a moment, but there's one last GPU that I think you guys have been waiting for. It's not the Astral, it's not that gold thing, it's the Noctua one. I don't know what order these videos are getting edited in, and you've already seen the Noctua Antec case. This is the perfect addition to that. This is the all-new collaboration between ASUS and Noctua. Actually, it's not a new collaboration. This is a new 50 series card, similar to what we saw with the 40 series Noctua cards. I mean, this card here needs no introduction. It's a 5080 with excellent cooling using 3D heat pipe technology as well as 3 big-ass Noctua fans. Let us know down below in the comments if this is a card that you like or if these Noctua cards are something you want to buy. I'm very, very curious. For me personally, I think they look pretty cool, but not really my cup of tea unless I'm doing a themed build that is brown and brown. I think it'll go good with that Antec case, right? Like, this is the only GPU you want to use with that. Look guys, I gotta ease you into the BTF lovin'. There's some new BTF graphics cards that will now allow you to use it with a regular 12 volt high power connector, meaning you don't have to have a BTF motherboard to power it, or it also has the BTF power connector using this clever little adapter. Let me show you how this works. With the connector on the inside of the card here, if you don't have a BTF board, it will plug in with no problem. This was an issue before, right? Because if you did have a BTF card, a BTF board would have been required. And, you know, that kind of sucks. You just spent over $1,000 on a graphics card to only use it on one motherboard. That's crazy talk. They've got this clever little card which will allow you to use it on your BTF board if that's something you wanted to do, or to pull it off to allow you to use it on any motherboard. But the fancy dancy little thing about this little thing, this will do 1,000 watts of power through this. How? Well, there's only one problem with these ASUS BTF boards. They don't have the anti-stabby technology that MSI's got. Shout out to MSI for sponsoring our Computex coverage. This is a new tough board, a B850 tough board with back connectors, ladies and gents. I keep saying that this is not an abandoned platform. It's not. Everything takes time to adopt. Do you know how long it took for ATX to catch on? Right? It took a while. It took like 3 years for that to catch on, and we're seeing a similar trend with these BTF motherboards, right? So boards like this one, in terms of power delivery, have a 14+2+1 phase VRM layout with 80 amp power stages. So it is not conservative, and it's actually quite up there with power delivery for your brand new Ryzen CPU. But the TUF series of BTF boards is only telling a fraction of the story. We've heard you loud and clear, and I'm sure ASUS has too. There's black back connector motherboards, So let's go check out a brand new X870E board that may tickle your fancy. Hit record. Oh, you are recording. That's clever. Hey, look, they got like some like AI robot. You can be really offensive to it, and all it does is spits out ROG propaganda. Right? That's how AI is supposed to work, right? Just spit out propaganda. Should I try it? Right? Here we go. You ready? Here we go. Do I have to press anything? This one? All right, you ready? You ready? Our Computex Taipei 2025 coverage is proudly brought to you by MSI.
Sorry, but MSI's different brands of ROG. If you're interested in ROG products or coverage, I'd be happy to help. Just let me know.
It really spat out some ROG propaganda. That's crazy. Wow, I really thought this show was going to be easy to get, but this thing is super duper heavy. This is the X870E Hero BTF, the black X870 Ryzen 9000 AM5 BTF board you guys have been waiting for. This board is an absolute freaking beast. It's got 5 gigabit Ethernet, dual USB 4. It's got an 18+2+2 phase VRM layout with 110 amp power stages. This BTF board is kind of over-engineered, but from a design standpoint, it's almost exactly the same as the Hero board that we've already seen with this really nice M.2 release mechanism. I gotta be honest with you, there is also an Intel board, a Z890 version of this board. However, the major feature that this Intel board lacks over the AMD board is the fact that while the design is similar, it doesn't have a quick release M.2 system, which, to be honest, I find very, very strange. Here's my take on this, and this is what I've been saying for all of Computex. It seems as though all of the motherboard vendors are really getting behind AM5. It's very, very strange to see that top-end Intel motherboards are now getting left behind, especially for BTF, the platform that Intel invested so much time into. Let us know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Well, that's everything I think you need to see from ASUS and ROG this year here at Computex Taipei 2025. Special thanks to MSI for being our main sponsor this year. What about that new ProArt GPU with the M.2 slot on the back? It looks really, really cool. The wood though, I'm not sure that has a place on a GPU. I think that ProArt GPU will go really well with the ProArt case that we reviewed not too long ago. Let us know your thoughts on everything here. Workstation motherboards, ladies and gents, we need to see more of that stuff. All right, time to move on to something else. We out.